going to look at question 6, and it says show that these two lines are perpendicular to each other. You have 2x plus 3y minus 4 equals 0. That's the equation of one line. And 3x minus 2y plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to give a quick sketch, maybe finding out where they cut the x and y axis, or maybe you can just see points on the line, so whatever way you want to do it. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. 2x plus 3y equals 4. So maybe a half and 1. Sorry. So does that work? and like, obviously slow down the video. I'm doing these questions for a long time. I have a good lot of practice. Sometimes it's easy to see the point, but it's easy because I've practiced it. So 2 times a half is the number 1, plus 3 times 1, yeah, that does give me 4. So if I was to sketch that line, a half 1 would be approximately maybe there. And the reason that I'm doing a sketch is because I'm definitely a visual learner. I like to see the actual line. Some of you won't have to do that. Some of you will be able to picture the line in your head, or you won't even need to picture it. But that is how I work with it. So I just encourage you to do it your way. And maybe this, my way, might help a little bit, or at least show you whether you got the correct answer or not. But don't be afraid to do it differently to me. And so maybe 2, 0. Does that work? 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 times 0. Yeah, so 2 on the x and 0 on the y. So my line might look something like that. I didn't even go through my points, but anyway. That particular line there, here's the other line. I'd like to see what it looks like. I'm going to add 2y to both sides. Just do whatever suits you. So if x is 1, so 3 times 1 plus a 1, that's 4. I'm going to say 1, 2. I think that works. So 1, 2 is about there, maybe. And this isn't me graphing, this is me just giving myself a sketch. What else? Let's say 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So maybe 3, 5. Yeah. They look perpendicular in my sketch. How do I show they're perpendicular? Well, what do we know about perpendicular lines? They have opposite slopes. So why don't I get the slope of this line using my 2 points, and get the slope of this line using my 2 points, and they should be complete opposites of each other. So x1, y1, x2, y2. There's loads of ways to find slope. I'm just doing it this way. x1, y1, x2, y2. So get the slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Throw that into the calculator. Minus over 0.5. So that's minus 2/3. Slope of this one is minus 2/3. Slope of maybe line 1. That means that if I get a plus 3 over 2, I know they're definitely perpendicular. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that gives me 3 over 2. Perfect. Slope of the second line is a plus 3 over 2. And because they're complete opposites of each other, I know these two lines are perpendicular. The other question then that I'm going to have a look at is here. Question 7. So there's your diagram. And you have the points A and B. And then you have the point C. And the line L is parallel to AB. Now, parallel lines never meet and they have the same slope. And it contains the point C. Find the equation of L. So, if I need the equation of a line, I get my equation of a line formula. And there's the point that I can use, and we just need the slope. Well, if they're parallel, sure, I can just get the slope of AB, and the slope of L will be the exact same as the slope of AB. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to get the slope of AB. -1, 5 is A, and 2 minus 1 is B. x1, y1, x2, y2, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is a -1, so just be careful of that. So that's -6 over 3, which gives me -2. So the slope of AB is -2. The line L is parallel to that, so the slope of L is also 2, and the point 0.5 is on that. So if we want the equation of L, we need a point on L, call it x1, y1, and we need the slope of L, -2. Y minus y1 is equal to m bracket x minus x1. So we have y minus 5 is equal to -2x plus 0. Well, 0 is nothing, so I mean I could have crossed it off there as well, whichever. And so we end up with y minus 5 equals -2x. Some people might have it looking differently. You know, they might have added 5 to both sides and you'd end up with -2x plus a 5, etc., etc. So there's many ways that that particular line could look, but all of them are as simple as they can get. The only reason that I would write it in a certain format, maybe this one, is because they might have said, which they didn't in this question, they let me do what I want, but they could say, give your answer in the form of y equals mx plus c. If they did write that, then I need to isolate the y and have, you know, something x plus something. But they didn't, so all of these are fine. You might also see, maybe if I brought everything, if I added 2x to both sides. So here, look at this, and I add 2x to both sides, I'd ended up with 2x plus y minus 5 equals 0. There's another option, all fine. Hopefully your coordinate geometry is fine. And notice that if you're having difficulty just finishing off the question, probably means you need to have a look back over your algebra. And that you're hopefully, like I said, your coordinate geometry isn't giving you any difficulty. But you'll know that, like, if you got to here, your coordinate geometry is perfect. You don't need to worry about working on coordinate geometry. But if you had difficulty getting any further, I would say maybe your algebra needs a little bit of work.